Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be answering this really common question. Candace, can I ever outsmart the narcissist? Here's my answer. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, as usual, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. I also want to mention the Patreon. If you wish to be a Patreon member and get worksheets on every one of my videos, please click that link below. So, today's question is something I get emailed a lot. I get asked in my private groups. I get asked by private clients. I get asked it all the time. Candace, if I get strong enough, I can deal with it, right? I can deal with the narcissist. It'll be fine. I'll have boundaries, all this work we do. I should be fine with my husband the way he is, or fine with my wife the way that she is. And unfortunately, here is the big fat answer. No, you can't. And this is what I'm going to say. All right, let's just use this example. Let's pretend someone has the most Mac Daddy immune system on the planet Earth, like Iron Man level, okay? And then they drink poison. The poison is going to get to them. They're not going to be able to be immune from poison because poison is just too toxic for any system. This is the narcissist. This is that dynamic. Now, I just first want to say, narcissists do gnarly things, right? But they are severely wounded people who have completely neglected, abandoned, actually annihilated their true self because they had to survive. I'm not saying we should have all the, empathy in the world for them because they do some crazy things. But what I am saying is it comes from extreme wounding. It's not like, in my opinion, it's not like these people are born this way. They're not. They're created this way. They're conditioned this way, which is why emotional healing work is so important for everyone so that we don't create these types of people, right? Or these people have more tools to work it out of themselves and heal and really want to do the work. But let's leave that right there. Back to the topic. Can I outsmart a narcissist? Can I get strong enough to deal with him or her and trick them and blah, blah, blah? No, you can't. You can't. What happens, and I know, what happens is you'll get really, really strong. You'll do all this inner work. You'll build yourself back. You'll find your identity again, because that's what happens with a narc, is you lose yourself in them, right? That's the whole point. They want you to not be emotionally autonomous. They want you to basically attach your identity to them and live for their needs and let go of your own self. And you know the whole deal. You've watched the videos. But you cannot ever maintain a strong, healthy sense of self or boundaries when you're with one of these people that will not allow it. I want to tell you guys a story. I was talking to this amazing client earlier today, of course, about her narcissistic soon-to-be ex-husband. And she says to me, she's in the withdrawal phase. If you guys haven't seen my videos on withdrawal, please check them out. I think it was a couple weeks ago. They're in the loop here. But the withdrawal part of the whole situation is the worst part because you're withdrawing from that love bombing phase. So what happens is we start fantasizing about this person. When they start love bombing us, we're like, oh my God, this person's like my dream person. They're there for me no matter what in every single way. They drop everything just to cater to my emotional experience. Oh my God, look what he sent me the other day. He's like taking me on all these trips, whatever the hell. There's emotional love bombing. There's financial love bombing. There's all kinds of love bombing. Sometimes it's all encompassing and you're like, holy shit, this is literally like fantasy. And then what happens is, as you all know, you get the love bomb and then all of a sudden you start to be a little independent. You start to say, honey, I'm going to go out with the girls and I'm making this decision on my business. And honey is like, why would you do that? Why would you go out with your girls? I thought we were going to spend time tonight. You're like, well, sweetheart, we've been together for the last 5 nights. So why would you pick her over me? I don't like that friend anyway. You shouldn't really hang out with that friend. They try to not only triangulate, but isolate. They also make you feel guilty for having any relationships that might be really important or could actually see who they really are outside of them, because then there's a threat to their connection with you, to their enmeshment with you, to their control over you, right? So this is something to understand. So this client today was telling me, God, I just don't know if I should really go through with the divorce, or if I should stay with him or go back to him. I'm missing him. He was such a good guy. He was there for me all the time. He was great to my family. He was this, he was that, he was that. So I did reverse psychology on her. True, I did. And I said, why don't you go back to him? Seems pretty great. Why not? You can go back to him. She goes, no, I can't. I go, oh, interesting. Why can't you? She goes, well, God, I don't want that chaos anymore. And I'm really afraid that the old bad patterns will come back. And she starts naming all these things. And I said, sweetheart, you just named a lot of reasons why you don't want to be with this person. So let's get more clear. What were those old patterns you're afraid of? She goes, I'm afraid of losing myself in him again. I'm afraid that I can't tell him my true emotions because he blows up. I said, tell me about the blowing up. This is called narcissistic rage. She goes, well, it's like I told him I wanted to make plans with this friend and he doesn't like that friend, so he's freaked out on me. And I felt so bad, like I did something wrong, because he is so amazing to me and he is so lovely and he does all this stuff. So why should I do anything that upsets him? I said, oh, I understand. And then when he said that to you and he got upset at you, then what happened? She goes, well, what happened is what's happening right now. That's why I'm calling you 3 times a week. And I said, well, what's happening now? She says, what's happening now is he's ghosting me. Like, I'm not hearing from him at all. I go, okay. So really what you're talking about here is this emotional abuse that's going on that confuses us, because then they gaslight us and say, I would never do that to you. I'm so amazing for you. I've done this for you. Look what I did for you. Tit for tat, right? So the reality of what was happening is he was love bombing her, getting emotionally trauma bonded to her, right? By being so emotionally available and enmeshed. Oh my God, we love all the same things. Oh my God, we speak the same. And oh my God, everything's so perfect. But you did one thing I don't like. I'm not talking to you. What happens then is the void is so big and the shock is so great that you think, oh my God, bad girl, I did something wrong. I feel such a void that drug is gone. It's almost like, all or nothing, push, pull, up and down trauma, that you're like, oh my God, I can't survive the loss of this love. I've got to go back. And then you go back and he's like, oh, I'm so glad you're back, baby. I love you so much. And then you're like, oh, maybe he wasn't mean. Maybe I just misread that. Maybe my friend is kind of just a bad person. Maybe this, maybe that. Now I got the hit. I got the drug. Now I can survive again. Holy shit, that was so scary. He almost took all of his love away from me. So what I want you to see is that is emotional manipulation to the nth degree. This is what happens to victims. So you can be as strong and emotionally sovereign as you want to be. And when you have that kind of an addictive dynamic and an emotionally manipulative person in your life, there is no choice but to chemically be affected by it. This is the thing. It's not like you're not strong enough. It's not like you don't know better. What happens is you start to have discernment and boundaries, and you start, like me now, I can see that from a mile away and I'm like, God, that sucks, because that could have been a cool person. But wow, I know that pattern and I love myself too much for that these days, right? So this is what you can do. Of course, narcissists are always going to be attracted to type A empaths, or just sweet empaths, or just really successful people who seem really powerful that they see a vulnerability in, or someone that's a wounded bird, right? Who's really sensitive and sweet. You know if you're the prey, and it doesn't mean that I'm strong now, I'm going to ward off even them being attracted to me. Of course they're still going to be attracted to you because you're probably an attractive person, right? On some level. So they're going to be attracted to you. Your work is to not believe that I'm strong enough to deal with it. Instead, realize I'm in self-love enough to not deal with it. Because we all know the pattern. It's amazing. It's a fantasy. It's holy shit, my life's incredible. And then it's, oh my God, where's my life? Like that. You don't even realize it. So I want to make this video today because so many of my incredible, smart, gorgeous, crazy, awesome clients always think, I don't want to have to leave him. I'll just get really strong. And I say, well, the fact that you don't want to have to leave him tells me you're not strong enough yet. Because you're not loving yourself enough to say, I love myself so much that I will find someone that treats me right so I don't have to stay in something because I'm afraid of being alone or I'm afraid of the process. There is nothing worth risking for yourself, for your identity, for your inner peace, for your sovereignty. Remember that, you guys. So when you're thinking about this, remember the answer. The answer is no matter what, it will always take me down, like poison always will hurt the immune system or take you out because it's so toxic. So will the narcissistic dynamic. I hope this reaches you. If there's anyone you think you can share this message with that it will help, please do. Please check the links below. If you are on social media, please find me at Candace Vandal. There are so many things happening right now. The waitlist for Boundaries Bootcamp is right down there. That is going to be launching before the end of the year. Emotional Rehab, which is healing these emotional wounds that attract narcissistic dynamics, is below. We're launching that again in December to start January. If you've already done emotional rehab, check out Shadow Work. Shadow Work is the deep dive, the advanced course after you've done emotional rehab and after you've done some of that inner child work to really understand this language in a different way. Shadow work is gnarly. It's healing the mother wound, healing the father wound, looking at the tribal wounds and coming into your higher purpose. So all those links are below, private coaching below, everything's below. Check it out. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below the video. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much, you guys. And have an amazing week.